Boys, let's chat tonight, guys. Massive patches dropped. In the last video, I was a patch those videos as well, too. I've been in the lab. I've been cooking. But for now, guys, leave a like down below. Don't forget to count the merch link to the description, guys. Tap in. Give me your thoughts down below. Patch notes dropped. Garchomp Buffs. Snorlax Nerfs. Alolan Nerfs. We are looking pretty crazy, guys. Tap in. Here we go. It's still so vague. First off, we all knew this was kind of coming, this patch. Because Blissey drops the same day as well, too. I'll probably talk about Blissey in this video as well, too. Blissey's gonna be dropping on the 18th. Same with the Pokemon Presents, and with the Unite patch as well, too, with the new character and the patch notes. So, kind of obvious, right, for news. Kind of obvious. Big deal for Pokemon. But for this, it's still so vague, guys. Bug fixes, text fixes, shop updates. What are they, though? I don't know. And we're gonna look at the Japanese one as well, too, because I have the Japanese one to compare size, right? But Crustle getting some buffs, and only buffs. So Crusty Bussy mains, you guys are actually chilling, man. The character IMO was already cracked, honestly. The guy's a speedster with the fattest HP at the entire game, with a CC of extra that's 3 times, actually aids. So, Stealth Rock got buffed, a move that's literally not good, was never used. It reduced cooldown, and the damage dealt to the Pokemon has been increased, which is nice. It's always better to see it, though, on the launch, because this had the same thing for Absol, and Sucker Punch got tripled for damage, which is absurd, but Absol's got his own problems. He's got his own demons to face, right? Rock Tomb, which IMO, an already really good move, probably Crustle's best move was Rock Tomb. One of his best moves, sorry, is like Shell Smash Extra is a big one right now. But Rock Tomb was always really good as well, too, because it traps him in. It's like Avalanche, but better. This move is cracked. Now it does more damage, which is nice. So it's like, but how much? Come on, man. Like, 10 cent, we need more. So this is insane. Guys, I already made a 3rd account because I hit Masters, by the way, last night. I hit Masters last night. So my opinion matters a little more now, right? Cool. But I made a 3rd account called Garchomp to Masters or something like that, and now they already buffed Garchomp, because Garchomp, if you did not know, is the worst character in the game. It's very sad to say that. Well, he's good, but everything leading up to Garchomp is the worst in the game. Like, Gible and Gabite are actually fodder. They're unviable. You can clear the jungle and still barely become a Gabite. What's going on? So now his overall movement speed has been changed. He's faster overall, which is already good, because that now means that he can land you with his, like, not short-ranged moves, but like Dragon Rush and like Earthquake, right? Like, they don't have massive range, but they're also not short either. More like the mid-range moves. He'll more 9 times out of 10 snipe you and clip you with these moves now, so it's a lot better. Bulldoze getting an increase of damage, and Dragon Rush getting a cooldown reduce, which is phenomenal. Dragon Claw I really like over Dragon Rush, just because of the fact that, you know, it's faster. I don't even think Dragon Clash and Dragon are in the same spot. I don't know. That's literally like, I barely ever play Garchomp, right? But the thing is, though, is I will tell you that is Dragon Rush getting a cooldown reduction is insane. I mean, Venusaur had the same thing, and now Venusaur is a very good Pokemon now. So we'll have to see how these changes go. I mean, they look great. Unfortunately, no Earthquake nerfs. I'm sorry, buffs. It was already a great move. I just wish they added CC to it, because it only does like increase of speed or whatever it is. So it's like, eh. But now, knowing that his overall movement speed has been increased, everything else that Garchomp does will make him an even more bigger threat. He's like a tankier Absol, because Absol also does decrease people's speeds, so he gets them faster, because Absol's ability is insane. Garchomp, almost every move he has with the secondary effects either increases movement speed or decreases movement speed of the enemy, or increases movement speed for yourself. So he's a very speed control heavy mon. So for now, this very tanky mon, with a very tanky mon to get an increase of movement speed with Outrage is one of the best ultimates in the entire game. If you can land all 3. He looks very good now. We'll have to see. We'll have to test it out. I mean, everything looks great, right? Talonflame got wildly buffed and is still kind of low tier. So we'll just have to see how things go. This one is a massive nerf. I want to know why they did this, because Slowbro's usage in comparison to Snorlax was almost not there. Like, if you go into higher elo, ult 3 to like Masters, like no one is playing Slowbro like that. It's very rare you see Slowbro. It's always Snorlax. He's like the one, you know what I mean? It's kind of like before Wiggly buffs, it was only Eldegoss. And even then, Eldegoss is still hella played. So to see Surf be nerfed is a very sad day. I dropped Slowbro after 3 days of the game, because while he was fun, I was good with him. I don't know if it's main character syndrome. I just did not want to play Slowbro anymore. Plus, everyone in the mother plays him, and I don't know, it's weird to me, right? It's weird. But Slowbro getting a duration of effects on opposing Pokemon decrease. Pretty self-explanatory. Surf CC has been decreased. So, and that was literally, I'm not even trolling, the reason why this character was so good. This, plus telekinesis and his ultimate, but this was absolutely number 1. I was going to say especially, but then I ended up coming out of that. Surf was absolutely the number 1 reason why this character was jacked. It was insane. AoE CC. insane. Combine that with a Cramorant Surf as well too. It was insane. You can stun lock people for days. So they've decreased the stun lock on Surf. So, but we don't know by how much. So depending on how much it is, it may not matter too much. It may not, because people see nerfs and they cried their characters dead. Like Cinderace and Eldegoss got nerfed and they are still very top tier. So it doesn't matter. Or like a good example too is like Charizard. He got buffed and he's still very much not top tier. You know what I mean? He's still very much struggles. So it's like, then there's the healthy middle ground where Venusaur, he was very bad and now he's very good. So who knows? It could be Garchomp. For Slowbro, it looks tough. There was a bug fix with Scald, which I think the bug was pretty sure it would not proc burn. So Machip mains, rejoice, because if more people are probably going to be running Scald now, I still think Surf is going to be better because it's AoE CC regardless. Doesn't matter if the duration got decreased. It's still AoE CC. So you don't really play Slowbro for damage. So there's options now though, right? If you want to run like a DPS Slowbro, I guess you could try Amnesia Scald, see how that goes. But 9 times out of 10, I can even still see people running Surf because it's still CCs. They did not remove that. It's still CCs. Doesn't matter if they decreased it, still CCs. So this move is still probably going to be very good. Just kind of depends on how much they increase the CC. We're gonna have to see how it goes, but bug fix was pretty much, it would not proc burn sometimes, so it was just not that consistent. So it just was not a good move to use. The damage is nice, but now they buffed it to where now it's like, okay, this damage is probably gonna be nuts now, because already I am a piece of damage, but now it's even better. But you know, we'll have to see how it goes. Snorlax, massive nerfs coming to the king of the game. Massive nerfs. Right now, currently on the live patch, I think Snorlax is the best character in the game. I do. He's the best character on shutting almost everybody in the game down. He shuts everybody down with Heavy Slam CC, then X-Speed blocked them and pushed them all out. It's free tower control. The guy controls the entire dynamic of the game. And I feel like what they wanted to do is they wanted to decrease Snorlax's power on him 1v1ing people. And now he's definitely now more of a team-based character because all of his utilities are meant for the team. Heavy Slam CC, you get your Cinderace Blissey off that, boom, you're good. Cinderace ult, Greninja ult, boom, you're good. But now it's like the damage has been decreased. So this does not matter. And let me tell you why, guys. Me personally, I don't think this matters at all. I don't. Because no one was really worried about the damage on Heavy Slam. It's how long, like had Heavy Slam had the same thing Surf did where the duration of the effects have been decreased, yes, I would say rip Snorlax, bozo, you know what I mean? But no. He's fine. Snorlax is fine. Don't even worry, guys, because they only decrease the damage. It doesn't matter. This could literally do 0 damage, but the fact that it still CCs you for 93 years, go down, make popcorn for like 8 minutes, come back up, boom, you're still CC'd. Like, it doesn't matter. This does not matter. I promise you, this was not the problem of Heavy Slam. It was the CC. Doesn't matter. Block, this is pretty big though, with the duration of the effects of Pokemon has been decreased. We need to know by how much though, but this is pretty big because when you touch the barrier for block, you are just stun locked forever. And people run X speed on Snorlax if you don't know about that. And that essentially means that Snorlax runs like double the speed. He's actually a pretty fast one. He runs double the speed and he's stun locking you for an eternity with block and your entire team. It's like multiple people. It's not even like for one person. So while yes, this was quite literally the best move in the entire game, we kind of all saw this coming. This was quite literally the best move in the entire game, but we're not surprised. We did all see this coming, so depends on how much. Regardless, though, it still does CC, and you can still X-Speed with it, so I don't think this should be anything too crazy. Character's probably still going to be top tier. This probably won't change much. Probably like LD and Cindy doesn't really change much. Flail got a move upgrade, which is pretty pog. So for Flail users, if you want to Flail over Heavy Slam, Flail did kind of get an upgrade, which is nice. And his ultimate Power Nap, the HP restoration has been decreased, which is actually pretty big because Snorlax is quite literally just ult on towers and you could take it because he could just CC you with his ult where he just turns around and flops on you. Or it was very good for even like challenging Zapdos. Like if you run Buddy Barrier and you just run Power Nap, you're buffed up. Your lowest HP target is buffed up. Like everybody, you know what I mean? You're just profiting. So, well, this is a very strong Unite move. So I can see why they actually decreased it. So, yeah, honestly, guys, if you did not know, Snorlax was literally the king of the game. It used to be Cinderace. Cinderace got nerfed. Then it was Snorlax. Snorlax got nerfed. I don't think he's number 1 anymore after these nerfs because of this block. The block and the Unite move are probably the 2 biggest things that are going to really be mattering right here as to why this character's going to fall down a bit. But it doesn't matter. He's still going to be very top tier. I wish we had numbers. We'll have to wait for Cerebi and stuff. But again, it doesn't really matter. Again, the same thing doesn't matter. Flail's actually very nice. It's a really good move. It gets a move upgrade. Block, I think, is probably the biggest nerf here, and then the Unite move is going to be a little unfortunate as well, too. So we'll have to see. Greninja, one of my mains. I love this character. I actually do think this character is enormously powerful. I do. And I think he's only been getting better since they've been nerfing other characters. I've been saying forever, guys, because I bought Greninja day one. I've been telling everybody this character is stupid. And everyone's all like, oh, no, he doesn't even have any CEC. And his Unite move is trash. He can't be low tier. You look at everyone's tier list. They think he's low tier. Greninja is top tier to shit, man. Like, this character is... Have you used Surf? Have you played Genji in Overwatch? If you say no, you're living a better life. But Surf works like that. Resets after every kill. So... very strong character, and they didn't nerf Surf. They didn't nerf Surf. You ask me, this is an overall buff to Greninja. You ask me. Smokescreen got nerfed. It got a move downgrade, and the cooldown got lengthened, but it still lowers their field of vision, so their FOV. So I would have to see, you know, all the little nitty-gritty details onto it, like how much the cooldown. It was already pretty decent, at least, what is it, like a decent length cooldown? So I think the cooldown lengthening actually is going to end up being kind of significant. The move downgrade could be significant as well, too. Again, it's always so vague. I'm just going based off my general knowledge. It's always so vague, but we'll just have to see. Smokescreen was a very strong move, so you literally could be at the very corner of it and literally just be blind. Water Shuriken getting a cooldown reduction and a buff is phenomenal. I've been running Water Shuriken more than Surf at least the first 3 days. So maybe that's why people thought he was bad. You run Surf, you're profiting. It's insane. Double Team getting a cooldown reduction is insane. So all in all, Greninja got an overall buff, if you ask me. One nerf, which could be significant, versus two very good buffs, which Double Team and Water Shuriken are already good moves. It's just the latter is just very better. So all in all, guys, Greninja got a buff. If you ask me, if someone actually mains Greninja as well, too, I think Greninja got an overall buff. I kind of just pulled it up right now on the side, guys. So essentially, it says it fixed a bug where the Unite move gauge could not be actively stored after use. So after you would use her Unite move, the Unite move gauge would not, I guess, store. So she just wasn't getting like percentage for her Unite move, which is honestly very bad. So it now seems like you'll be able to consistently use her ult a lot more, which is just very good. Cinderace is a basic attack buff, which is very good. I guess they fixed a bug where the movement speed was increasing while a reinforced attack was being prepared. So this is a bug fix for a nerf actually on Cinderace, because they fixed a bug where the movement speed was increasing. So your movement speed was increasing while a reinforced attack was being prepared. We all thought this was intentional. We did. Cinderace getting increased movement for his this is not intentional. So now, no, it's not. Cinderace, I'm sorry, you guys are just truly in the pack. Character is still top tier though. Doesn't matter. Alolan, snow warning bug, massive nerf, actual massive nerf. It fixed a bug where if the character was invisible in grass, the snow warning would immediately just boom, plop there, and you would get exposed. Now we all thought this was intentional. We did. It's a hailstorm. You would think it just works like that. Wrong. It was a bug. It doesn't work like that at all. So to now know that's a bug, this character was like top 3. Still top 5 IMO. But it's like, oh my God, what a massive nerf. Actually, I don't even know anymore. We'll have to see with Blissey coming in as well too. This is a massive nerf, Alolan. I'm so sorry, guys. A9, I'm so sorry, dude. Like, it's just massive. Truly, and there's an Auroraville bug fix as well too, where it fixed a bug where the activation frequency of Totsuke Snow Warning was increasing while in the range. So this is also a nerf as well too to Auroraville. Essentially it was increasing. It was just Snow Warning was increasing while you were in the range of Auroraville, which just sounds stupid to me. It sounds stupid. Snow Warning was getting larger when you're sitting in Auroraville. That sounds insane. So that just blows my mind. Gardevoir getting some pretty big buffs. Honestly, the Psychic is a bug fix. It was not dropping special defense, which is honestly really good because it slows movement speed and it drops special defense now. So they're slower. You're getting more chances of actually landing the move now, dude. And it does drop the speed def. So it's an overall, honestly, if you ask me, an attack buff, because if it wasn't dropping the speed def before, now it's going to be doing 1.5, 2, you know what I mean? As you go on, it's going to be incredible. Basic attack as well too. I think they fixed a bug where enhanced attacks did not lower the opponent Pokemon special defense for both the auto and for the psychic. So now I didn't even know that her autos are supposed to drop your special defense. That's insane. Now, if you ask me, I think Gardevoir actually should get a nerf. That's crazy if you ask me. Early game, she struggled a little bit, but Gardevoir is insane. Like, one of the best ult in the entire game. Psyshock is illegal. Like, the character is insane. So to now hear that she's getting bug fixes, which are just buffs, absurd. Her autos drop your Spadef. Let's keep keep the buck. I'm kidding. Gardevoir remains, rejoice. You guys are only eating right now. Cramorant mains as well too. We're chilling. Also, I hit Cramorant with Masters, so I'm very happy with this. Hurricane just was not dealing damage to hordes, which is just weird. It just wouldn't do damage. It would not do damage. So that's insane. Literally insane. There was like something where they just decreased the stat for Avalok as well too. Eject button, which is so weird to say stat decrease, because the Japanese one says something entirely different. The Japanese one says they increase the waiting time. So it's a longer cooldown on our eject button, which is insane. Go-Getter has reduced waiting time. So got a reduced cooldown, which honestly, it should have been that way the entire time. Why does it have a long cooldown? Why? It's a Go-Getter. No one uses Go-Getter. So, I don't know. Fluffy Tail, this is these two massive buffs. The effect has been strengthened on both of them. So you actually get an attack buff now on X Attack, because X Attack felt like it gives you like 0.5. I think it's like 1 now or something like that. We have to see the actual numbers. But X Attack is insane now. Imagine range characters X Attack, like frail range characters like Gardevoir and stuff. Oh my god. Because they nerfed eject button, so it's a longer cooldown now, and it's at like 50-second cooldown. So it depends. Is it 55 now? Is it 52? We don't know. If it goes up by like nothing, I don't think it'll matter too much. It could end up like affecting it definitely for sure into some scenarios, but overall won't matter too much. Now, if it hits anything like close to 60, then it's going to end up adding the extra 10 seconds. Is going to be huge. So that's going to suck. I mean, it was literally the best item, the best battle item in the entire game. Everybody ran it, so I get it, right? They want everyone to use the other items. X Attack and Fluffy Tail is insane. I could see almost every jungler in the game now clearing Zapdos and Dreadnought by themselves. I think they wanted to decrease Dreadnought because it is important in viability, maybe a little bit, because Dreadnought, the whole team needs to rotate. Now, if with this Fluffy Tail increase, depending on how much they actually did, maybe like 2 people could just take out Dreadnought now. You know what I mean? Because Gengar and Greninja are phenomenal taking out like Dreadnought and freaking Zapdos. But to now know that almost anybody could be now with this Fluffy Tail increase, incredible. So overall, guys, this is a massive patch. Blissey is coming as well, too. Patch notes are nuts. We're going to look at Blissey real quick, guys, because Blissey did also drop as well, too. Here's his stats and everything. We don't know everything yet on level 15. This is a very rough estimate, vague thing, so take it with a grain of salt, right? It's also in French, so I Google translated it, so it's going to be very, very rough, so I'm sorry for the translation, guys. Her French name is Luforia. A lucky one! So she allows you to remove all status ailments from the Pokemon. It recharges once activated. That's her passive. So, guys, this sucks for Gengar. Gengar is truly in a pack. I think Gengar is just going to be falling more and more and more with the Hex nerfs and the Sludge Bomb nerfs, right? You also have with Wigglytuff being more meta now, with her ultimate cleansing, right? And everyone runs energy and Wigglytuff, so you get that ultimate a lot more often, especially with this Wigglytuff ult bug being fixed. She's just going to be getting ult a lot more common now. You have Blissey, which cleanses off her passive alone, allows you to remove all status ailments from the Pokemon. But this is just on Wigglytuff. This is not on, I'm sorry, this is just on Blissey. It's not on everybody. So she's a literal direct counter to Gengar. Obviously some other characters as well too. She doesn't take double the damage from Cinderay's auto. She doesn't get like slowed down or frozen by freaking whatchamacallit, Ninetales. So this is a very strong character already off rip. Her basic attack's a third attack becomes a boosted attack that deals more damage. So it kind of sounds like everybody, you know what I mean? You have also her moves as well too. I think this one is like, I think this is just double slap, I'm pretty sure. Or pound, we'll have to see. Crush face. So it's very vague, right? It casts strikes in one direction, dealing damage in the area of effect. There's an AoE on slowing the movement speed of enemies hit for a short period of time. So enemies as well too. So it's AoE and it hits multiple targets and it slows all of them down. It's incredible. It seems special as well too. It's a special move. So Shell Bell, very toxic. Here's Vibracare, which I think this one is Heal Pulse, which continuously restores the health of the caster as well as the designated ally Pokemon for a short period of time. So it's AoE healing, which is literally Lucio. I'm scared. She has Egg Bomb, which is Egg Bomb and Helping Hand. So Helping Hand seems like the better one for sure. We'll just have to see. These are upgrade moves, of course. These are not her basic ones. I think her basic ones, I don't know. These are level 1, level 2 moves. Here's level 4, level 6. So these are the 2 basic ones, and then you just kind of upgrade them as you go. Obviously, Helping Hand seems like the one to pick. Obviously, because it's just broken, we're going to get into that. So his Egg Bomb says the launcher sends an egg into the selected area. The egg then explodes, dealing damage to affect the Pokemon and knocking them back. And the enhancement, it slows the move speed of affected Pokemon for a short period of time. So it has decreased speed. It has stun and knockback as well too. Or knockback, sorry, which you gets to debate the stun. So it's actually a very good move. But Helping Hand, listen to this, for a short period of time, increases the movement speed and attack speed of the caster as well as the designated ally Pokemon. When the ability ends, the caster's basic attacks become boosted attacks. All right, you probably are like, all right, okay, cool. It buffs the movement speed and attack of attack, the movement speed and attack speed of the caster, as well as the designated ally. you're buffed and someone close to you is buffed. That's insane. She's literally going to be one of the best laners in the game. That's insane. Not to mention as well, too, when the ability ends, the caster big attacks also become boosted attacks, which already just makes her a strong support. And then it says right here, for the enhancement, increases damage dealt by basic attacks when the ability ends. So it's like a double increase for both after the ability ends and for the enhancement. And it also just, it's cracked. It's Blaze Kick for somebody else next to you. Well, without the crit, sorry, with movement speed over the crit. But overall, it's phenomenal. It's gonna be so good with other laners. Guys, basically, this mon is just very powerful. I mean, she has Eggshell as well, too, which I think is like a healing egg move, which sends an egg to an ally Pokemon, which restores health to it, but also to the caster. So it heals herself and a caster, and a maximum 3 eggs can be stored. So you can stack it, and it increases the number of eggs stored by 1. So, total of 4 eggs. Very wild. And then the last one, which I think is Heal Bell, if I'm not mistaken, which removes all status ailments from the friendly Pokemon and makes it immune to crowd control for a short period of time. So immune to CC and remove status. This is massive because it's a massive counter to many Pokemon like Alolan, Cramorant, Snorlax, Heavy Slam, just the few big ones just to name off there. Or even for another example, like for statuses, it's a massive counter to Gengar, which now you can't get Sludge Bomb Hex spammed, or it's a massive counter to like Cinderace, which once he burns you is doing double the damage, you know what I mean, with his passive, or like even characters like Alolan, who could freeze you. So like Pikachu and Zeraora that can paralyze you, slow you down, like all of this just gets removed. So honestly, Wigglytuff looks very top tier to me, guys. And her Unite ability as well, too, since the caster leaps towards a friendly Pokemon. So a friendly Pokemon. So you use it on one of your guys, actually. You can see this image right here. She's using it on one of her guys. It says, providing it with an egg that granted a shield and increases its attack for a short period of time. This mod is snapped. The caster also shares the damage received by the friendly Pokemon for a short time. So it's like damage reduction because you're also sharing the damage. If the caster hits an enemy Pokemon when it soars, it is thrown back. So when it soars and leaps and you hit an enemy, it is knocked back. When you hit an ally, all these bonuses, you get an attack and special attack buff. So it doesn't matter who it is. It could be anybody. And a shield. So she gives shields and armor on multiple moves. She has cleanse and also immunity to crowd control. Also, by the way, it also grants a shield as well. Dude, imagine double support meta, guys. Truly theory here, dude. Truly a theory here. I can see double support, double tank, double defender being a meta. Not even allowed you to Crustle Buffs. Snorlax is still gonna be very good. I think Slowbro is still gonna be strong, regardless of whatever they're gonna do to Surf. Like, I'm scared, bro. I'm scared. I think we're gonna be going to a meta where I hope they don't start nerfing some damage, because it's very scary to see a bunch of characters that has every damage reduction. Like a lot of their like Heavy Slam on Slowbro. I'm sorry, Snorlax. I'm like just a past damage decreation from like Blaze Key and stuff like that, right? And even Sludge X Bomb, like it's very scary. So to see all of that, and then now this character comes out with cleanse and armor. And not to mention Helping Hand, like, it seems like the move, honestly, these two you come with, it seems like it's literally Helping Hand and Heal Bell. You have no reason not to run these moves, but the other ones are good options as well, too, so we'll just have to see. Guys, let me know what you think. Leave a like down below, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.